What's up, everybody? Tendo here, and today we're going to talk about factory sealed video games. We're going to go shopping for some new ones, and then we're going to come back and talk about both those and the ones that I already have. So check it out. Alright, let's go buy some sealed games. When I knew I was going to go buy some sealed games, I decided to go to Fallout. Fallout is a chain of game stores here in Phoenix where I live that I know for a fact each one of them has a huge variety of sealed games. So I'm going to go to the two today that I know has the most to choose from. And I started with this Fallout because it's the closest one to my house. And this whole row right here is sealed. It starts with Xbox, then into the PlayStation. There's a handful of Wii U sealed games there. Even a big box one. More PlayStation stuff. Xbox 360 sealed games. More PS3. Here's the PlayStation 2 sealed games. And then it ends on the row here with some more PS3 and some sealed Xbox One games. A lot to choose from. Prices are all over the place too. A lot of these are pretty expensive, but there's some cheap ones tucked in. And then there is a sealed copy of Wario Land 2. It's got a $200 price tag on it, and it's worth every penny. I'm not here to spend this much today, but man, would I love to have that. One of my favorite games. Here's some sealed DS games. Wasn't planning on buying any DS games, but these are all pretty reasonably priced. Turns out sealed DS games don't go for a ton. At least not right now. There's a random sealed Wii game and an unopened copy of Wii Resort. On to the next Fallout. This one is on the other side of town. Here's their Fallout van with Luigi on the side. Pretty cool. And I'm going to walk right in the store here and walk straight to the lockbox because I know exactly where they keep the sealed games. I've bought one or two out of here before. And everything in this case is sealed. And up in the top left-hand corner, there are some PlayStation games, and then a random Family Guy PlayStation 2 game, and they're all just kind of mixed match in here. They just put them in here as they get them. A few sealed Wii games, a couple random sealed Wii U games. And it's really funny because the prices were way different here. It really must be more of a manager's preference for this kind of thing at these kinds of stores, because the other store, there were tons of sealed games for $10 and under. I bought a couple for $5, and here, almost none of these are under $20, which is reasonable. I expect that, but I was very surprised at that first store to find them cheaper. I even asked the guy here. He's like, no, if anything's worth under $5, I just go ahead and open it. I'm like, okay, fair enough. All right. Well, I definitely want to buy this web browser for the Dreamcast. Yeah, I'll take the Final Fantasy. Oh. All right, everybody, we are back in the game room. And first, we're going to talk about some of the sealed games that I already have. We're going to start with two that technically don't count. These don't have the factory wrapping on them. It's Future Tactics and NCAA Final Four 2002. These don't have the factory wrapping on them, but they have the factory stickers. So they like half count, right? You could actually, if you wanted to, reach in there and pull the game out. And I've never pulled them out to see if someone's played them and then just slid them back, and I don't know if they thought they were going to get away with saying they were factory sealed. But the seals are on there, just not the factory wrapping. So that's pretty interesting. Let's do it. Let's rip one out. Well, if it counted, it definitely doesn't now. No, it's fresh. This hasn't been touched. That's funny. I wonder if I can swip that back on there. That's hilarious. We'll just act like that didn't happen. All right, let's talk about the ones that do count. PlayStation 2, Greatest Hits, Jak and Daxter. I was very happy to find this one at a Goodwill. It was one of my earlier sealed games that I found. The next two, I found these at a thrift store here in Phoenix where I live called Deseret Industries. And that is Wally and Up. Both factory sealed. You can tell by the reflection. I paid $3 a piece for them. I left a sticker on this one. I bought them really close to the same time, about a week apart. And these were actually my first sealed games. I found these two first, and then I found Jak and Daxter after that. And I thought it was funny because for a while, my only sealed games were both Pixar games. Pretty cool. And the last of the sealed games that I have is Super Mario Galaxy 2, Nintendo Selects Edition. I was actually at the second of the two Fallout games that you just saw. I went there to buy this game, and I noticed that it was the same price sealed as it was already opened, so I just told the guy, give me that sealed copy. So that wraps up all of the sealed games that I already had. And then as you just watched, I went shopping today and bought a handful more. So let's start with the ones I was not surprised about. Carrier Command. This will be my only sealed 360 game. It was $5, so I bought it. It does have some ripped off stickers on here. I'm gonna have to do some careful work to get that off of there. But I have a sealed Xbox 360 game. Next up, let's talk about one of the ones I was really excited for today, but a little concerned, not super concerned, a sealed Game Gear game. I have a large and growing collection of Game Gear games, so I was happy to get this, Caesar's Palace. It's one that I didn't already have, so that's good, but I was a little bit confused. I've never seen a sealed Game Gear game, so I didn't know what the factory seal was supposed to look like. And look, this is kind of funny. It's sealed in a weird way. This isn't sealed individual of the box, but that's where it's supposed to hang. I don't know. I feel like this might not actually be factory sealed, but it's in perfect shape underneath, so maybe it is. If you just happen to be watching this and are a Sega Game Gear specialist, maybe let me know in the comments below what to look for, but what I think is a Sega Game Gear sealed game. I'll live with it. It was only a few bucks. Next, let's talk about one of the more peculiar things I bought today. This is a sealed Sega Dreamcast web browser disc. An odd piece of Sega history, huh? I couldn't pass it up. It was only $5. If I ever decide to get on the internet with my Sega Dreamcast, I'm one step of the way there. Next, let's go with Game Boy Color E.T. This one was pretty funny because at the store, the guy said, "Oh, you got lucky." And if you can see, it's got a mark through the first sticker there. He said, "I just marked this one down from 20 to $9, so you got lucky on that one." I was like, okay, great. Pretty happy about that. That's what most of these purchases were today. My first sealed games for each system. And then a sealed copy of Frogger. What's up with that? For Atari. It was only $8. This is my only sealed Atari game. Probably my oldest sealed game as well, for sure. I thought that was funny, so I picked that one up. I do have a sealed copy of Final Fantasy XII. And you know what? I just noticed this. There's a little bit of tear and a little bit of plastic exposed on the case. Oh well, it's okay. I can live with that. I probably shouldn't pull on it though. It'll probably come undone like a roll of yarn. Oh, okay, we're safe. Okay, everybody, that's it. That is my modest collection of sealed games. 11 in total, if you want to count the Dreamcast disc. Some people won't count it. I'm going to count it, just so I can feel better about myself. But let's talk sealed games for a minute. Do you guys think it's worth it to collect sealed games? Not everybody's going to feel the same way I do. I'm pretty much doing it because I've had this long-running idea for my game room here behind me to have a shelf over there that looks like the end of a kiosk at a game store, and put these in that shelf for that kiosk like it's a markdown bin. And these are all the games that are bottom dollared out, all these sealed ones. So it looks like a little corner of a game store. Kind of wild idea, but I'm always looking for new ideas for my game room, ways to move it around and make it look cooler behind me for my videos and for my live streams, etc., etc. That's why I'm into them. I'm not going out of my way to get any entire sealed collections or anything super wild like that. I just want a handful of them, so I'm going to buy them when I come across them at the thrift store. But let me know in the comments below if you think it's worth it to collect sealed games. Let me know also if you have any sealed games that are super rare, or even if they're not rare, if they're just your favorite games, do you have them sealed? Or let me know if you just think I'm being stupid and I should open all these on camera, which I'm definitely not going to do. But I wouldn't be opposed to maybe opening one or two of them. I don't know that I've ever opened a Game Boy game fresh. It's alright, Mr. E.T. I'm not going to open you. It's okay. But that's it, guys. Hit that like and subscribe button, and most importantly, hit that notification bell so that the next time that I post a video like this, you'll get a notification and you can come back and hang out with me then. Until then, guys, peace out.
Hey, I'm a shark with a top hat, and I think you should subscribe. Go ahead, hit the button. I'll wait. Okay, bye.